And it all comes down to this. The Green Peacocks and the Grayscales. The final two teams who can still win this grueling Tour de Endurance Season 3 tournament. It is a 20-point lead for the Green Peacocks. They will need the Grayscales need an absolute miracle to steal this one, but as we've seen, anything is possible in the finale, the final elimination race.
It's a throwback back to Season 1 when this was the finale, and in that finale the Grayscales did come out on top for the championship in Season 1, so if it's anyone who's going to make up a 20-point deficit, I think it will be them. If they win gold, the Green Peacocks have to get bottom 6. They have to get 11th or below. If they get second, Green Peacocks have to get dead last. So here in the first race, you can see Green Peacocks are here. If you win the race, you go straight to the final. So if the Green Peacocks do that, they will clinch the championship.
If Green Peacocks happen to if they win this race, they can get no less than 8 points, which means Grayscales are done. So Green Peacocks need to win to lock it down. And if they make it, there are 4 rounds per heat. So if Green Peacocks get to that 4th round, they can get no less than 6 points, even if they lose, and the Green Peacocks will win off of that as well. So they have pretty easy permutations to hold their championship, but can they still do it? There's still plenty of time to mess it up, as currently they are in 2nd place in this race. But looking down below, the Marauders look to be in trouble of elimination, and only just one green final elimination race, otherwise it'd be far too grueling for these competitors. But it's looking to be a close one. It's anyone's game actually to get eliminated first, and it's going to, I can't even tell. Oh!
The White Knight. The White Knights will be eliminated. Green Peacock circling pretty well. Will they hold off for the win? If they will win, they will win the championship. J Jockeys, will they follow through first? Yes, they will. Citrus Sprinters and Green Peacocks. This has huge championship implications.
The Green Peacocks win. It is done, and Grayscales can't do anything about it. It's roll for roll, step for step. The crowd is absolutely going mad right now, and the Green they slip through. Oh dear, the Citrus Sprinters have just edged out the Green Peacocks in the most critical time possible. The Green Peacocks, they haven't won it yet. They have not won it yet, but the White Knights, a team going for that final auto qualification spot in that 3rd place, getting last, that could be rough for the White Knights.
I thought the Green Peacocks had it all wrapped up in that final, but the Citrus Sprinters have just saved the Grayscales championship hopes as we move on to the next round. White Knights also very unfortunate to lose steam towards the end of the season, get eliminated first. It is J Jockeys down at the bottom, and now it's the Marauders and Lagoon Platoon also there. Condiment Kings now have the lead. Now Lagoon Platoon have taken the lead.
We come back from the look at the fall that I think that's the J Jockeys have fall. They've gone all the way down to the 2nd to last orange. They would need a miracle comeback here, but Blue Brigade are going to almost give it to them, as they've also gone through a few, as have the Green Peacocks. But talking about 3rd place, Condiment Kings, Blue Brigade, Hell Clowns, Party Crashers, and a couple others can still compete for that 3rd place spot, including the home team Serpent Speeders. So that's really important to look out for as well. But White Knights, one of those teams, are already out. Green Peacocks have taken the lead. Oh dear, it's happening again. The Green Platoon, though, are on the brink of elimination. Anyone's on the brink of elimination. Who's going to go up this time? It could be the Peacocks as well.
Peacocks getting closer to the event horizon. So are the Condiment Kings and the J Jockeys. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's not going to be the Green Peacocks. It's the Blue Brigade that gets knocked out. But I thought for a second the Green Peacocks might have been knocked out there. Lagoon Platoon will get the win.
So the Green Platoon onto the final, and the closest finish we've seen so far out of the 2 races we've had. The Blue Brigade just fall on through. The Green Peacocks have bailed out again. Bailed out for the first time actually, but the Green Platoon are onto the final, and it's been close call after close call for the Green Peacocks in the first 2 races. What can they do in the 4th one with less competition to deal with?
The longer they stay in this event, the more they have the chance to win the championship. Now, they're not going to get dead last, so the Grayscales would have to win gold, but we'll see if they can advance here and clinch it. They're circling up there with the Condiment Kings, and it's the Marauders and the J Jockeys down at the bottom. Not J Jockeys circling through. They will push one of the other teams down. It's the Condiment Kings that goes down with the Marauders.
Actually, if the Green Peacocks just don't get eliminated here, they will win, because they cannot get any less than 6 points if they get to the 1v1 round. So if they just get top 3 and don't get last, they'll win the championship. Everyone's gone mad now, as they've got a lead over everybody else. Marauders, in fact, stumbling into the green final as Green Peacocks lead the way, and they've... Oh no!
Green Peacocks completely lose it when they just need to hold on for even 3rd place in this race, but it's all gone away from them, and now the ball is in the Grayscales court to win the championship, but they need to win the event to do it. Who's going to get eliminated here? It's circling Marauders and the J Jockeys, but the crowd absolutely stunned at what they've seen here today.
Condiment Kings and the J Jockeys will go to the 1v1 round, but the Marauders will move on to the final. I am rocked. The Green Peacocks. Goodness me, that is the last thing they needed to do. Them DNFing pretty much locks in 12th place. They will get 4 points, 24-point lead to the Grayscales. If the Grayscales win gold here, which they have to do now, they will steal Season 3's championship by just 1 point.
That is absolutely crazy to think about. The Green Peacocks, all they needed to do was hold on and just not do that. Pretty much they had a big lead, but it's all gone away from them now. Still, the Grayscales need to win gold, but all they can do is watch and wait. So you have the final round of Heat 1, J Jockeys and the Condiment Kings battling for the last transfer spot.
Winner advances, and the loser does not. Plain and simple with this one, it's a straight 1v1 down to the bottom. So currently, the Condiment Kings are full funnel leaders. The Jockeys struggle in the early orange funnel stages, but we've seen them have comebacks a few times in this round so far. So Condiment Kings have not locked it down yet, and these 1v1s, but they can be hard to come back from, unless, of course, Condiment Kings have... Oh my goodness! Some acrobatics there, and they almost just fell out of the track, but they managed to save it to the Condiment Kings, and now it's back in the J Jockeys' favour.
Both of these teams have done well in the Funnel Classic. Condiment Kings won gold in the main tournament. J Jockeys won it in the qualifiers. But who will get eliminated here? One marble will. J Jockeys look closer to the event horizon. Condiment Kings now circling. Can they hold it though?
Oh, it's going to be very close. It's pretty much roll for roll. One misstep will send them into the opening. It's going to be the J Jockeys who miss out. The Condiment Kings, one of those teams that are fighting for those auto qualification spots. The Condiment Kings do move on, and the J Jockeys will... Another misstep in the funnels. They're starting to lose their funnel king status, but they've still got it, of course. Condiment Kings advancing, and they've got four of our finalists locked in. Now we move on to Heat 2. Of course, at the Grayscales in the front row seat get eliminated. The Green Peacocks win.
Also, with the J Jockeys eliminated, that means they'll be the only team that doesn't get a medal here. But here in the second heat, all eyes on the Grayscales. They need to advance in this heat. If they don't advance, they will not be the champions. Right now, they're circling in the orange funnel, but they're still in a decent position, I think. Oh, they're now in the battle to get out of last place, but they have done it. Navy Seals and Crazy Chickens circling down through.
Of course, some eyes from the home crowd team. The Serpent Speeders are fighting for that third place spot and the auto qualification. If they can do that under home ground, the fans would go absolutely wild. But currently they're up there with the Grayscales, while Team Mayhem fall into the green funnel first, and no one seems to be in any rush to join them. But the Grayscales look to be in trouble, and they are. But if Team Mayhem can fend them off, the Green Peacocks, they're going to be heard from countries away.
Oh, absolutely. Also, Serpent Speeders, don't count out them, the host, because they've won both the final events in the past 2 seasons. Team Mayhem look primed to go down first. Grayscales, I think, are doing enough to hold on. Yes, they will, because Team Mayhem will go down first. Grayscales, if they can get advancement here, this will make their lives a lot easier. And they're looking in a very good position. So are the Hell Clowns, as more marbles drop on through.
Oh, it's going to be a close one between these 4. Navy Seals coming through. Party Crashers. It's down to the Grayscales and the home team. It's going to be really close. Roll for roll. The Serpent Speeders just beat them out. And the home team is onto the final again in the final event. Would they make it 3 for 3 golds? But the Grayscales, just like what the Green Peacocks did, the championship contender misses out last second just to 1 marble. And Whitey, the captain, has to move on to the next round and cannot breathe yet. There's no time to breathe yet. They have not gotten into the final just yet.
Thought the Grayscales had it just like the Green Peacocks 1 heat ago, but they still have to continue going on in this heat. Serpent Speeders, of course, they continue their final event prowess, at least in terms of advancing, but now we're going to see who makes it and who doesn't in the second round of the second heat. Neptune Nomads look pretty good. They're trying to end off the season well. For a team that has come from the B-League, winning the B-League last season, this has been a pretty good season for them. Grayscales have taken the lead.
They have the lead for now. Hell Clowns down low. Party Crashers and Navy Seals. Actually a very close round overall, but Neptune Nomads have had this race pretty much in their stride. But now it's a 4-marble race down to 3. Hell Clowns first to enter the green funnel and by a pretty wide margin. Grayscales, they've taken the lead. How long can they hold it for, though?
If the Grayscales do win, they will get an easy spot. They'll get a direct spot to the finals. They're looking at a good position to at least not be eliminated now, because they have a whole funnel lead over everyone else in the green funnel. Party Crashers and Neptune Nomads also have a pretty good arc going on, and I think it'll be between the Hell Clowns, Crazy Chickens, and Navy Seals, between who gets eliminated here.
It's going to be close. Neptune Nomads are actually joining that fight, and now they're in that fight. So the Party Crashers, everyone except for the Grayscales, who are just flaunting around everybody right now. Eliminated is going to be the Crazy Chickens who go out. Navy Seals, Hell Clown, look at the Grayscales there. They've done it. They've got themselves in the final. The Grayscales, now they can breathe for 2 more rounds. The fans, you can see, they got excited for that one. The fans getting excited because the Grayscales in the final, they can breathe for 2 rounds, waiting to try and march for that gold.
And Grayscales, they still have a long path ahead of them, but they have done what they needed, at least in the heats, to move on. Now we have 4 models left to see who moves on from Heat 2, but regardless, the championship contenders, the championship is going to go down to the final of this event. Crazy Chicken's knocked out here, so it's between the Neptune Nomads, Hell Clowns, Navy Seals, and the Party Crashers for the last 2 transfer spots.
Of course, Wanderer got bronze in the final rally, but stumbled in the final classic. One of the most esteemed final marbles, looking to redeem himself from his final classic run here, and if he did in the final rally, but he's looking to do even more. Hell Clowns first through the translucent funnel, but see how Navy Seals, Neptune Nomads, 2 blue competitors leading the way. Now there's a lot less tension in these races now. The championship contenders aren't racing. So Hell Clowns down low. Now Hell Clowns, they can still get that transfer spot for the auto qualification. So can the Party Crashers. So that's what those 2 are fighting for. Navy Seals and Neptune Nomads are a full funnel ahead of both of them, and Hell Clowns are already into the green.
Yeah, the Party Crashers with Wanderer, they won this event 1 season ago. They would love to get auto qualification here after being knocked out of the championship in the last event. Hell Clowns, same can be said for them after a great start in this season. Navy Seals also down there. Hell Clowns circling close to the event horizon. Neptune Nomads looking to get the advancement spot to the final, but who will be eliminated in this race?
Hell Clowns look well ahead of the rest of the contestants here, and they hit the event horizon well before everybody else. Navy Seals have had a great Party Crashers have had a great comeback to Navy Seals and Neptune Nomads had this whole race in their stride, but now it looks like Navy Seals are leading a train here. So unless they catch up to the Neptune Nomads around this final, it looks like Navy Seals could sneak through. Neptune Nomads just peel on through, and between these 2, it will be the Party Crashers. Navy Seals are under the final, and Party Crashers and Neptune Nomads will go to the 1v1 to determine that last spot in the final.
So the winner of the A-League last season and the winner of the B-League last season in the final round before we go to the grand final of this event. Navy Seals, good job to them to go to the final, end their season off. No, pretty good note. We'll see how they do in the final. Hell Clowns, I think, auto qualification and the overall podium might be away from them. But now, in the final round of Heat 2, Neptune Nomads and the Party Crashers.
You got Larissa of the Neptune Nomads, who's had a great season. They got 3rd over in the obstacle race, 7th in the distance drag, and then you got Party Crashers Wanderer, one of the most esteemed Tour de Endurance contestants of all time. What can they do in this 1v1? Neptune Nomads currently have the catching up to do with Party Crashers, or they catch up right there in their 2nd orange funnel. It's very close, this one, compared to the last round.
And Neptune Nomads now flowing through, so the Party Crashers are maintaining that lead. Although they lose it all, Party Crashers completely plummet, and just like their rivals, the Green Peacocks, the Party Crashers are out of this event just like that in an instant. And Neptune Nomads, they have advancement pretty much handed to them in this round.
Oh, that was tragic. Neptune Nomads, they actually did a bit of finessing and some pushing to throw the Party Crashers down on a very rough trajectory. Neptune Nomads a bit cheeky, but all is fair over in Tour de Endurance, and the Neptune Nomads will freely advance to the final here with a very good time too, because they pretty much just solo time trialed that while we watched the Party Crashers replays in there. 12th place, Green Peacocks, they get 4 points. That's going to be 184. If Grayscales get gold, they win by 1 point with 185.
So all eyes, of course, on the Grayscales. If they do this, it will be one of the best comebacks in all of marble sports. Can they do it, or can they be 2-time champions of Tour de Endurance? We'll see them in this heat with the Citrus Sprinters, Navy Seals, and many more to beat them to the gold.
There's no award for winning in this round. It's just, if you get last, you're gone. The rest is irrelevant. So currently, looking up top, 7 Speeders are just trying to stay away from elimination as best they can. Neptune Nomads early struggling, but Condiment Kings come and join them. And there are others just 1 final ahead. Plenty of others just 1 final ahead. It's very close, including those Grayscales, who currently seem pretty safe. But it's going to be the Navy Seals, I think, yes, who plummet into the last orange and straight into the green early on.
Serpent Speeders, that lead has completely evaporated for them. Neptune Nomads also must be exhausted after running so many rounds too. Grayscales also down there. If they drop on through here, it'll be the championship over. Although Navy Seals, I think, are going to be doing it first. Citrus Sprinters also getting in the mix. So are the Neptune Nomads. 1 model still circling up there. Actually 2 models as the Serpent Speeders. They've taken back the lead.
A great comeback in that last orange funnel for the Serpent Speeders to pretty much lock themselves away, because they entered the green funnel when they eliminated an 8th place Navy Seals already had fallen on through. So Serpent Speeders, perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's an interesting strategy, get far away and avoid the elimination as best as possible, but it does take away energy, and there are 7 rounds of this, so you need as much energy as possible as we move on to the next round.
And so as the Grayscales advance and don't get eliminated, they get closer to the 2nd championship. Serpent Speeders, eyes on them, the hosts, of course. Can they make it 3 for 3? They will not make it 3 for 3 in terms of final event wins, because they just fell out there. Complete commentator's curse, I think, because Ophidian just goes off completely. I'm just lost for words.
That was rough for the Serpent Speeders. That's not the best way to end your home campaign, but still 7th place. The home crowd can't be upset with what the Serpent Speeders have done all season. So can't be too much to complain about. But the Condiment Kings, I think, are the one team left here that can still contend for that 3rd place spot. So all Serpent Speeders fans are watching them, but the Grayscales currently ahead in this round as the Group Platoon struggle down below to stay out of last place. But Marauders do join them only. Oh no, never mind. The Group Platoon are out. They'll finish this event in 6th.
Marbles dropping like flies, and the Grayscales continue to march on in this event. Lagoon Platoon is now another team that had a world of struggles in this season, but they'll be happy with a decent result in the final event. But now, only five remain in the final of the final elimination race.
Grayscales come on through first with Neptune Nomads. Everyone's following suit. Condiment Kings get up to an early lead as all the other 4 brawl to stay out of last place, because now it's getting a little bit dicier. You've separated the good ones from the ones that, well, weren't as great, as most of them crashed. And you see Condiment Kings, Marauders, and Grayscales staying up. Grayscales especially, they've taken the lead, but again, it's still a very close race. All marbles are within 2 funnels of each other.
Grayscales and Marauders circling up there. It's the Season 1 rivalry back here in the final. Who will get the win or edge or between these two? Neptune Nomads also down there with the Citrus Sprinters and the Condiment Kings. It's anyone's game between those 3 to see who gets eliminated. Grayscales drops on to next, but I think they will be safe going to with so many marbles going close to the event horizon.
There's going to be a lot of contact. Grayscales have made contact with the Citrus Sprinters, which in turn slows them both down. Marauders are also getting involved. In fact, I think Raman's been mistaken here. Anyone could go out. This is literally anyone's race. Grayscales, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. Condiment Kings, give them a nudge! And the Grayscales only just. That was a close call. They've kept themselves in this game due to the Condiment Kings' very last-second misstep.
The Condiment Kings give the Grayscales a lifeline, otherwise it would have been all over right there. After I thought the Grayscales had an easy advancement, they did not, and now they'll be happy to be in the top 4 with the Neptune Nomads, Citrus Sprinters, and the Marauders.
Marauders first to come on through. Neptune Nomads and Citrus Sprinters now, that's a big lead. Grayscales already trying to get as far as they can with just 2 more rounds to survive before they get to that big grand finale that will confirm everything for them. It's a 3-way race below the Grayscales, and Marauders slip on through one funnel and look to drop through another, and they do, so not great. But Neptune Nomads are doing the same. Grayscales look pretty good with the angles in the funnels so far, and everyone's in a different funnel. It's a very wide spread compared to the last race.
Marauders drop on through first, then it's the Neptune Nomad, but it's the top 2 that have a comfortable lead over those 2. So Marauders and Neptune Nomad, I think one of these marbles will be missing the podium, but of course I was mistaken in the last round, so we'll see. Citrus Sprinters about to drop on through. Grayscales have the lead, and I think it's safe to say they will be moving on, but who will be eliminated and miss the podium?
Neptune Nomads are bouncing around the Marauders and pretty much just nudging them toward that opening, and that's going to be the game. The Marauders start this season where they finished in 4th place, and that's not a bad finish at all for a team that's trying to get back to their Season 1 form after a rough Season 2. I'd say that was a respectable finish for the Marauders, and now we have our podium contenders. Whitey of the Grayscales, Larissa of the Neptune Nomads, and Sinensis of the Citrus Sprinters, but all eyes are on Whitey. If they survive this round, they just have to win that final 1v1.
Still 33% chance of them to win this event and win the championship. But they're doing a great job in all of these rounds of asserting a lead at the beginning and holding on until the end. They have the lead once again. It's the Neptune Nomads in the bottom funnel now. Citrus Sprinters are joined by them in the top funnel. Grayscales are going to drop on through, but Neptune Nomads are plummeting down. And the more they do that, the more Grayscales have a chance to go to the final with the Citrus Sprinters. Citrus Sprinters also fall on through, so Grayscales have the lead.
Oh dear, it looks like Citrus Sprinters and Grayscales. Across the last few races, I've noticed those 2 have been quite the dominant force. They've always been up there, but Neptune Nomads have really struggled in this race. Could they nudge the Citrus Sprinters to keep themselves in the race? But look at that lead the Grayscales have. They're going to the final. This is going to go down to the very last race of Tour de Endurance Season 3. If Grayscales win this match, depends on who it's against. It looks like those Citrus Sprinters just skip around the Neptune Nomads, and that's probably going to do the Neptune Nomads to a bronze to close it out. Yes, it does. So, all the Green Peacock's hopes ride on the back of the Sinensis of the Citrus Sprinters.
So the Citrus Sprinters versus the Grayscales for the gold. Grayscales versus the Green Peacocks for the championship. The Green Peacocks must be sweating bullets watching this final race with the Citrus Sprinters. They've done so well to come all the way this far, but can they seal the deal? Can the Grayscales do it and be two-time champions of Tour de Endurance?
Citrus Sprinters are the first to come on through, but they're keeping the angle wide in the orange funnels. They are giving the Grayscales a run for their money. This would be their first gold ever for the Citrus Sprinters in Tour de Endurance history, but the Grayscales are fighting for a lot more than just their first gold ever, and it is a very close match compared to what we've seen recently for the last few matches. The eliminated one would always fall on down. Grayscales, though, are doing what they need to at this point in time.
Avoiding contact with the Citrus Sprinters and doing a fantastic job. The Grayscales have the edge over the Citrus Sprinters for the entirety of the event. Will it happen in the final? The Citrus Sprinters have taken the lead, but they drop one through. It's still a dead heat going to the green funnel.
Citrus Sprinters, they enter, and they're ahead of the Grayscales, but the Grayscales have not taken too much time, and there's still plenty of time in this green funnel for them to miss out. The Grayscales have a wider arc, but soon enough they're going to hit them. They're going to make, and there it is. They've made contact. It is now roll for roll for this goal. The Green Peacocks are going mad in the fan stands. Who's going to do it? Who's going to win?
It's down to this. Grayscales look closer to the event horizon, but Citrus Sprinters could blink at any moment. Grayscales or Citrus Sprinters. Who's going to get one through first?
It's
the Grayscales!
The Grayscales come through first, and that is the game. Despite the sweating bullets the whole time since Heat 1 of Round 3, the Green Peacocks, by 4 points, have won Tour de Endurance Season 3, but oh my goodness, it could not have been any closer. They will be loving Sinensis in the after parties for this one. Well done to the Citrus Sprinters on their first gold ever, and what a time to get it. The Grayscales are silver, and the Neptune Nomads close it out with another bronze.
And with that, Tour de Endurance Season 3 has come to an end. The Green Peacocks win ahead of the Grayscales, and it will be the Serpent Speeders, for a raucous cheer from the crowd, getting the 3rd place spot. This has been a wonderful season, and it's been my pleasure to co-commentate it.
Sure, it's been a pleasure to have you here, my friend. It has been me, Angus, and Ramen Powder. Enjoy the closing ceremony, and bye for now.